Hello and welcome to another cheap car showdown. We're still getting through the Hondas, which isn't that hard. I mean, there's only like four of them, but still, that's probably more than any other brand, I'm gonna guess, that has cars for under $30,000 in game. I need to say that again. And that are good. I'm confused here because I just did a prelude. That prelude. Huh. Looks like I'm gonna be doing it again. Which one's better? I guess toggle? Oh, I didn't know I could do that. That's kind of cool. If you hit X, it does that. That's interesting. Um, this one's heavier. And half the horsepower. I'm gonna skip this one, just because if I just don't feel like it's gonna have what it takes. But this car, I know it won't. But you know what? This will be the first car at a fast rear wheel drive in a long time. So we're going to go ahead and buy it. Let's see if there are any interesting... Never mind, taking too long. Oh, I had yellow? I don't like yellow, but I haven't used yellow yet, so... Stock parts. Go into Craigslist, buying a car. That's what we're trying to simulate here. These are cars that you could probably buy for yourself. Obviously, I don't think they would be in that condition because that's a very old car, but you know what? I've had worse. So, go to race. There we go. So, we have... I really like this car. I've never seen... You know, I may have seen one in real life because I've seen something that looked a lot like it and had no idea what it was. Back when I lived in Oklahoma City, I just remember it because it was so incredibly small. That there were two grown people in it, two grown men in it, and I just remember thinking, is that a go-kart? And I own a Miata, so that's saying that must be a tiny car. And yeah, it looked about right. So it reminds me a lot of the Triumphs and the Triumphs, yeah, and the MGs and stuff like that. So wow, revs. Woo, that suspension is loose. Okay. But it can turn. Okay. It can turn really well. Wow. Okay. So, I think don't brake hard because if you do, the whole car slams to the ground. But wow, that thing can turn. That's pretty incredible. So I'm gonna try and utilize that. Do the same thing I always do, and try and keep the speed up and turn it early and get on the throttle as soon as possible. But I'm going to try and leverage this thing's speed the best that I can by doing crazy stuff like that. Although I think that slowed it down. I don't know, but I definitely need to keep it in the high revs because it does not have any low-end torque. So I need to keep a good eye on the tack, or ear on the tack really, because I don't ever look at it, and just try and keep that up as high as I can. But yeah, it's a cornering little guy, that's for sure. That's pretty incredible. But that speed is not to write home about. So that's kind of an interesting thing about this concept is, you know, it's under 30,000, not in E class, not in C or D or B class. So what we've got here is the difference between could be 30, 40, 50 years, just because they're both cheap. So it's interesting to say the least. I like it. I like the idea. And like I said, I got it from Fail Race on YouTube, and he did it for the Hot Wheels track and Forza. And he does it on a lot of things, actually. He does this showdown kind of deal, and he's a fantastic racer. Really, he just never makes mistakes, and so he does a lot of the faster cars. Now, I'm not as skilled as he is, and this is a great way to practice your racing lines, and just generally not spend a lot of in-game cash, because I don't feel like doing a million laps on multiplayer and single player to all by lonesome with a bunch of AIs to try and make some money. So that was a 114. That's actually pretty average for older cars. It seems really slow because the fastest lap time we have is a 106. Oh shoot. But no, that's actually pretty average. That's similar to the old Chevy. It's similar to... what else is out there? I mean, there's so many cars that we've done that ran that time. The Fiat ran that time. They're all relatively close to that, except for the ones that aren't. And then they're just up in the 107s, 106 areas. And that seems to be the other clump, is 107, 106. There's 114 and 107. So, it doesn't seem to be much in between. I don't know, Lime Rock seems to be weirdly polarizing for cars. It's either one speed or the other. And I don't know if that's me, the driver, or if it's the way the course is designed. I don't know. But I think we could cut off some time and get this in a couple, maybe a 113 area. But it doesn't look like it. Looks like I just cut off half a second, so. Now this car would be incredibly fun to drive in real life. Incredible. Because it just goes so hard. Wow, so hard. You rev it so hard. Everything about it is just 100%. And it seemed like a really fun car. I've never... I maybe have seen one in real life, so... And it's a Honda, you know, it's not like a super rare car brand or anything, but I think that this car may not have been sold in the United States, or maybe I just have never seen one, or have and didn't know what it was. That's also very possible. Because I'm assuming if I saw it, I would probably think, oh, look at that Triumph, or oh, look at that MG. Never that Honda. But yeah, it's pretty nimble. Pretty darn nimble, but not fast. So yeah, you really need that speed, right? Especially through here, and then the back straight. There's also pretty good amount of need for speed there, but it just doesn't have it. And obviously, like there, I could tell that I overdid the braking, because when I turned in and went too far and had to back off the steering wheel, and that means I braked too hard. Like, you should never be able to steer too hard into a corner if you go on the right speed. This is the back straight where speed also really matters. Having a little bit more power would be really helpful here, to get the speed up, to try and just cut off some time, especially up that hill, because that hill really slows you down through here as well. So 70 horsepower, while this would be really fun, it's not fast enough to cut it, to get it to 106. Not even close. But you know what? It was smooth. It looks good. And this is going to be... oh, I like that bump on the hood. Going to be it. So, thanks for watching. It didn't cut it. 113. So it broke 114. That's pretty good. But, yeah. So, hopefully, we're out of the Hondas now, because I did skip the one Prelude, because I already did a Prelude. And next time we will be on to other things. So, thanks for watching. Have a great day.